Attention, attention, Kindle owners. You're about to lose one of the biggest perks that you have by using a Kindle with Amazon. And you probably don't even know it yet. So if you want to know what that is, keep on watching. So the Street.com has recently reported Amazon is about to kill off a popular feature that's going to piss a bunch of people off. So the article goes down to talk about how AWS has formed a new group and it's buzzing and AI and all that kind of stuff. But a little birdie flew under the radar that there's a beloved feature inside of one of the most popular products, which is the Kindle, that's going to be removed. So late in February 2025, headlines flashed that Amazon had plans to eliminate a popular feature, which was the ability to download Kindle book files to your personal computer. Quote unquote, you have until February 26, 2025 to download copies of your Kindle books to your computer. After that, Amazon will remove the ability to download books to files you can control yourself. This date already passed. I don't have a Kindle. I'm curious if this actually rolled out. It goes on to talk about why. It's not going to play well for Kindle owners. So after paying for a digital book, it makes sense that you can do whatever you want to do with it. So Amazon has a history of Kindle changes and stirring up the pot. So in 2009, the company drew ire when it unexpectedly deleted George Orwell's 1984 and Animal Farm from Kindles, leading to a lawsuit. And then Puffin Books sparked a strong backlash in 2023 when it made changes to multiple popular children's books, censoring some words. ZDNet writes, when people are able to keep copies of their books, they had the instrument of record. But when books are changed on the fly and we can't see the previous versions, it's possible to rewrite history. It's true, because if I get a physical copy of a book, it's mine. That's it. Can't change it. I see it. I feel it. I smell it. Who doesn't love the smell of books? But that's it. For a digital copy, if I can't put it on my own computer and you change it and it's in the cloud, you can write whatever you want. And I go back and read it. Oh, it said that. And then you're flying into Mandela effects. Goes on to talk about how it's limiting this and history of deleting books. You know, people still want to read, but likely want complete freedom over their books. And it's really, really true. I always love to kind of get, even though we just read this kind of together, I always love to get AI perspective to kind of make it make sense for me. Because I read that, but I don't know if I really let it sink in. So I went to my favorite tool, Perplexity. Let me show you this. So I just said, why does it matter? And what are the top 5 pains? And I pasted that. So loss of permanent ownership. So you can't keep local backups of purchased books, leading them vulnerable to Amazon's unilateral decisions. Inability to archive purchased content. That could be seen as like you paid less than what the full price of the physical book was and like it or leave it. I don't know. Just saying. No defense against content alterations. That's a big one. How do I know when I purchase this that you're not going to change it, remove it, yada, yada, yada. Reduced reading flexibility. So downloaded files enabled users with third-party apps or devices or conversion to other formats. This change forces exclusive reliance on Kindle apps. You could argue that, hey, you bought it from us, so you can only use it on our devices, but is that playing fair? It's like my ball and I'll go home. I'll take it if I want to go home. That kid in school. So erosion of consumer trust. The stealthy implementation buried in interfaces and Amazon's history of abrupt content changes. Hello. It's going to question if you truly own Kindle content. And that's a good question, because if I buy the book, the digital book, am I really buying it, or am I just renting it and you're letting me read it? They might have to change the nomenclature. They might have to call it just renting and not buying. What do I really own if I can't just take it put on my own computer? So what I do, kids, I ran a pick-fu on this. I said, Amazon has plans to eliminate a popular feature for Kindle users, the ability to download Kindle book files to a personal computer. Does this matter to you? Yes or no? And I targeted Prime subscribers that are Kindle users. It's still running. We're going to take a look at what we got so far. I'm going to put the link to this in the description and comments below so you can get the full picture. But so far, out of 4 folks, 3 of them said yes. And the reason they said is, yes, I know a lot of digital items you purchase you don't technically own, but that was one of the most convenient features, especially if you run out of storage space. Yes, Kindles are not massive gigabytes of space. They're typically going to be 32, 64, maybe, but like the really, really big ones that most folks aren't buying, those are having larger hard drives. Yes, that bothers me a lot because I would always download the books to my computer. I like to be able to read from multiple devices. That's a great point because it's on the Kindle. Maybe I'm sitting at my work computer. I want to read it. Maybe I want to send it over to my iPad because it's big. I don't know. And then as far as no, I don't use this feature, so I'm indifferent about it. I do all my reading on my Kindle Paperwhite. Interesting. I want to go to Amazon, take a look at the Kindle offerings to see if they've beefed up their storage space on them. But I'm going to include the link to this Big Food below so you can take a look and see what the winner is. I think it's going to be more yes than no that it matters to them. But let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon. All right, so I'm on Amazon right now and kind of shocked that they don't have a giant Kindle thing here. So let's go to Kindle books and e-readers, and I want to meet the Kindle family. So Kindle for everyone. I think the Colorsoft is the new one. I think most people are going to be getting either the Kindle or the Kindle Paperwhite. I've said this time and time again, waiting for a Prime Day where they subsidize the price of a Kindle where I can just buy it. I don't want to, 10% off is not a deal on a Kindle. It's your own product. You should be making like massive discounts on them. Anyway, that's an argument for another day. The Kindle Colorsoft, it's $279 for 32 gigabytes. That's a little expensive and it's getting horrible reviews. Holy smokes. I've never been more disappointed in a Kindle device. Oh my word. Okay, well, that is a big old flopperoni. I think more people have the Paperwhite, but let's take a look at the Kindle, regular old Kindle. So $109 for 16 gigs. Again, a book probably doesn't take a lot of space up, but people that read like a lot of books. So that can get chewed up pretty quickly. And that's $109 for the ad supported. If you don't go for ad support, I think it's like 20 bucks more. Yeah, so $129. So that's the Kindle, but I believe that the Paperwhite is the one folks typically like. Yeah, $159, 16 gigs. I mean, how many books can I typically put on 16 gigs? Do they even say? Is Amazon's PDP even good? Let's see. How many books can I watch? Doesn't even tell you. It's kind of funny. Let's go back to Perplexity. I want to know more. How many books can a 16 gigabyte Kindle hold? I just want to see how many books it really can hold at 16 gigs. That people run out of space and have to put it on their computer. If we're talking like 1,000 books, that's insane. So most books, 1 to 2 megabytes, that's super small. So at 1 meg per book, 16,000 books. For even larger ones, 6,400 books. A user with 768 books reported using 5 gigs, about 2,400 books. You know, that's a lot of books. Do you really need, if the argument is you really need more space and to move it to other places, I don't know if that's a good argument. But if the argument is you want to be able to take the product you own and put it wherever you want it, that's a little bit different. But let me know what you guys think. Amazon changes things all the time. Are you a Kindle owner? Does this affect you? I'm not a Kindle owner just yet, but I want to buy one. I want to read more. Prime Day. Make it make sense. Give me that 50% off. We'll see you on the flippity floppity.